I was very blessed to be able to be a part of an amazing, loving Christian home my entire life. My dad and my mom were amazing leaders for me growing up, both not just in their marriage and as parents, but also as Christian leaders. Even though I was raised in the church, even though I was a part of a Christian home, and even though my dad was a part of ministry, my faith wasn't my dad's faith or my mom's faith. It was my own, even as a kid. And I remember very clearly as a 5-year-old little boy just saying, you know what? God, I want you in my life, and I need you in my life. So I just have to give major props to all the kid ministry workers and children ministry workers that you have these snotty-nosed, messy-haired, sweaty, loud, crazy kids that you don't think are paying attention to anything. Well, I can honestly say from my life as a 5-year-old little boy, it absolutely means the world. In my elementary school years, in my junior high years, and high school years, did my best to say, God, I want to live my life faithful to you. I wasn't perfect by any means, but I never had that moment where I just had that big walk away from Jesus moment or leaving my faith moment. I desperately was trying to, as a teenager and young adult, the best I knew how to really serve him. I would have to say my biggest just kind of leap of faith moment or just kind of maturity moment in my faith was right after high school. The youth ministry that I was a part of was offering a discipleship class. It was this 3-month intense Bible prayer study, just kind of foundation type class. And that 3-month discipleship program absolutely rocked my world. At that time, I was ready to go off to college and be a business leader and get a business degree and make lots of money. But it was really through that discipleship program that I just had a love for his word, a love for his church, a love for others. And God just did a paradigm shift with me. And I knew at that point in time that I wanted to be a part of full-time ministry, specifically with students. God just really spoke to my heart that I put these amazing leaders in your life. I gave you a phenomenal home. I gave you just wonderful ministries and student ministries to be a part of, like pouring into you, building into you growing up. And God was saying, I didn't do that just for you. I loved you enough to do that, but the reason why I did that for you and sheltered you and grew you up and just developed you in your faith along the way was because I want you to be able to do that for others. And so I definitely think for the students that don't have that, I can see how life would be drastically different. In my own life, if I didn't have loving Christian parents, in my own life, if I wasn't a part of an amazing church, I wouldn't be the same. And so I desperately feel like that calling to student ministry and being a part of students' lives in that way is just so critical and so important. And that's part of why I'm so passionate about being involved with students, is that I want to have that opportunity to be able to speak into their lives, encouragement and faith, and build them up and help them to become the men and women of God that they're supposed to be. From the time that I was a kid to a teenager to a young adult, now to my family life, my faith and trust in Christ has always been the central point of what I do. It's the central point of leading my family. It's the central point of my ministry and calling. But honestly, it's even just the central focus of the mundane decision-making of day-to-day tasks. My faith really drives and moves everything that I want to be a part of. Thanks for watching. Now, this has just been a little bit of my faith story. I'm an open book. If you care to hear more about my story or anything else, I'd love to speak with you or talk with you. Or you can connect any one of these links that are here next to me about my family, my experience, and my contact information. Thanks so much, and just maybe we'll be talking again soon. Have a good one.